Investigators cuffed the wrong culprit. 4 Investigates learned Rio Arriba County deputies responded to the wrong house when looking into a burglary and handcuffed the homeowner.
The woman says she's hurt that the deputies hired to protect her made her feel like she shouldn't be living there. 4 Investigator Jen French explains the case of the wrong woman, wrong house.
Rural and remote, Tacoma Avenue is tucked away in the town of Abiquiu.
Yeah, I moved out there for peace and quiet.
From New York State, Charlene Carroll calls New Mexico her new home.
My neighbors have accepted me. You know, I've pretty much been accepted in the jobs that I have here, but this one incident was just like, I couldn't believe it was happening.
One August night, 2 years ago, law enforcement made her question that acceptance. It started when a neighbor called 911 to report a suspected burglary.
On 911, what's the location of your emergency?
Yes, this is Charles Canada. I just called.
Yes?
There's definitely something going on because they're moving back and forth from the house with flashlights.
It was 10:45 at night. Charlene Carroll was at her computer when she noticed someone outside. When she opened the door, she claims she did not get a warm welcome from law enforcement.
He walked around the house peeping in the window so he could see that nothing was amiss.
There were 2 Rio Arriba County deputies outside of her home. Court documents identified them as Deputies Randy Sanchez and Brandon Archuleta. They told her they were investigating a burglary and needed inside.
I mean, clearly there was no robbery in progress, so why did he need to gain access to my home?
Carroll says she demanded a search warrant and tried to close the door. Instead, those deputies handcuffed her.
And I said, so I'm arrested on my own front porch now. Officer Archuleta escorted me all the way to my bedroom on the other side of the house, where I pointed out a picture of myself on the wall.
But Carroll's driver's license and a portrait of herself were not enough to prove she belonged in that home. Listen in to how the deputies described her.
Okay, this lady, like, irate as all hell.
Is she African American?
Yes.
She does not live there.
She does not live here.
She lives at the end of the road, according to what the RP told me, but he's coming down to confirm with you.
It wasn't until the neighbor who called 911 showed up to the scene and told deputies they had the wrong house.
The other 2 deputies that were there said nothing, you know. But by then it was just too late. The damage was done.
The deputies apologized to Carroll and gave her a business card. Rio Arriba County Sheriff's spokesperson, Lieutenant Randy Sanchez, emailed 4 Investigates and said the department does not comment on pending litigation. The Rio Arriba Sheriff's Office responded to Charlene Carroll's federal lawsuit and admitted they were investigating a burglary, but deny she was forthcoming about being the homeowner. They also deny that they demanded to be let inside her home.
It doesn't matter how educated I am. It doesn't matter how much money I have. It doesn't matter, you know, what kind of person I am. I will always be defined by the color of my skin. And that's just the way it is.
Carroll wants law enforcement to be better trained, and she believes the 2 deputies who detained her should be reprimanded.
But they made an assumption.
It's an assumption that will have to be explained in court. In Abiquiu, Jen French, 4 Investigates.